911 Nation, Gay Eddie Truthers, and Buddy Maxers assemble because season 9, episode 7 was a doozy. Let's lock in and talk about it. In an episode, I would have bet money on the fact that they were going to shut the door on any possibility of Gay Eddie happening, or Buddy for that matter. They sure left that door wide open. In fact, they ripped that door right off the hinges and they threw it out. And then they lit it on fire. And they said, I don't know, anything could happen. What? This show takes us on the most dramatic "it's so overs" followed by "we're so backs." I cannot keep up. I keep trying to leave this show behind and like detach emotionally from it. And unfortunately, I am back in the building again. They did drag me back by my hair, screaming. And I was absolutely certain by the last minute of this episode, they were going to like put the nail in the coffin. And I am absolutely shook to my core that they didn't. Is it baiting? Sure, maybe, probably. Am I enjoying it so much more than whatever the hell we were getting in the first half of this season where they weren't even interacting? Yeah, I would rather them play in my face in an entertaining way than be boring. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm a survivor. Like, you see, I would rather have that. To be honest, I would. I'm sorry. I know that's like not the like correct opinion, but I would rather have that than nothing. The amount of canonical evidence we got in this episode that Eddie Diaz has basically zero interest in pursuing women at this point in his life was overwhelming. They had so many chances to not do that, and they didn't. And there are three things that are sticking in my head and are just running in a loop. Number one, the whole chastity belt of the mind conversation. Insane. Um, Number two, the look that Ravi gives Eddie after he says, "How are you so bad at this?" And Eddie shoots him this like kind of self-realizing sort of panicked look, and immediately Ravi stops there and it looks a little bit taken aback. That moment is playing on a loop in my head. And the third one is at the end where the male partner of Bucks looks at Eddie at the end. The woman looks at Ravi and the man looks at Eddie. And Eddie has that reaction. He could have confidently just been like, oh, like, no, sorry, I don't swing that way or whatever the fuck. But no, that's not what happened. And it's not just like one scene either. It's through the entire episode over and over and over again in different ways. There's both overt textual confirmation and there's subtext and metaphor through the entire episode. It is absolutely bonkers. It's insane. Not even getting into the entire bisexual storyline with Buck, which I think was absolutely explaining to the general audience in a really simple way. Like, hey, bisexuality can look like this. It doesn't mean you're in a gay phase and then a straight phase or whatever. It's like you are bisexual all of the time. It is asexuality. It is like not gay. It is not straight. It's bisexual. And I'm really glad, as a side note, that Buck said at the end, like, you not telling me is not ethical. So you calling this ethical non-monogamy is not it, because this was not ethical. Agreed. Um, I think they handled it quite well. There's always room for improvement. I'm not saying it's perfect, but for network television, primetime slot, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good as far as how they handled it. And I sure as heck wasn't expecting all the scenes we got with Buck, with the two of them. I almost blacked out. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, do I think this season has some grand plan thought out in advance? No. The showrunner himself admitted that he doesn't do that. I don't think they have any idea where this is going. But they sure have left the door open, and that gives me a little bit of hope. And I know that's dangerous. And you're probably going to see me come on this app and cry about it in a few short weeks, because they will fumble the bag at some point. But right now, I'm just basking in the glow of, wow, they didn't screw up. Amazing. The bar was in hell. And I genuinely had a good time. Like, it was well written, it was funny, the banter was great. I loved Ravi in the scenes that he was in. He really added a cool dynamic. I loved what they did with Buck. I loved what we learned about Eddie. I loved what they did with the like hen storyline. I think it's interesting. I'm not going to really speak on the hen storyline yet until we get a few more episodes and I see where it goes, but I completely understand why Chimney did what he did. I don't think they're going to eliminate hen so soon after Bobby Nash. So I'm not really worried about that. I think this is going to probably be resolved in a few episodes, but I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll talk about Hen later. But for now, I'm just enjoying like the show being back. People are like excited again a little bit. Those of us who have stuck around, and I'm having a good time with it. I'm sure I'll get disappointed at some point, but for now, let's just enjoy it. Let's just enjoy it. Make some new edits. Be funny on Twitter. Let's not tear each other apart for like 5 seconds and just be happy. All right. See you next time.